Here we go. My man.
Here we are.
Femi Abebefe. My friend, how are you? It is so good to see you. How we doing?
It's great to see you as well. I am fresh from the barbershop.
And it looks great, first of all. Let me be the first to say.
I appreciate it.
Looks incredibly fresh.
Got to get a fresh lineup. You know, as been widely documented, we are holding on for dear life up top. So we're going to enjoy.
I would never say that. I never said that.
We're going to enjoy the good times while we can. Of course, because I'm going to a barbershop, my barber is running behind. So at times I was like, okay, I got to make it back in time. You know, I got to let Willow out because she's up in the crate. So we made it in time. We are safe on opening day as we're having a good time. So I'm getting caught up on what's been going on. I was looking at some of the box scores when I was at the barbershop, just waiting for my barber to wrap up the guy that was ahead of me. And yeah, so far the early headliner, Paul Skeens, 2/3 innings. What's going on there?
Paul Skeens, tough outing. I mean, is the headline? I mean, I know you're going to feel me on this one because me and you always agree on this. Is it about the Mets or is it about Skeens? I'm not sure because me and you are famously not Mets believers.
We are not.
I struggle to think that the Mets are going to put up 11 runs every game because you know what's going to happen, Femi. All the Mets fans are going to say, rah, here we go. This is exactly what we signed up for. And then it's going to be August and they're going to be on pace for 81 wins. Like I just don't really believe in this team.
And also too, like if you're a Mets fan out there, and shout out to all of you guys out there in the New York area, like the season doesn't, I get it. Today is opening day. The season begins on October 1st. Like if we're being for real with the amount of money that they poured into this roster and the payroll. And I'm a fan of it. You know, like I'm a Seattle Mariners fan. I wish that they would go out there and spend on a bunch of guys. Like they did that once way back when with Robinson Cano. Didn't really work out how they hoped. And
for like 2 years.
For a couple of years, he was really good, you know, big Cano people, but then just petered out a little bit. So I don't know if they're ever going to do that with guys outside of the organization. They more so like to re-up with the homegrown talent, which is cool as well. But I want my team to go out there and try to pay for the best players, you know, like, yeah, let's just bring in Bo Bichette and have him join this lineup. Like that's fun. But the real fun begins, and I guess the real pressure begins in the playoffs in October if they can finally get over the hurdle and get back to a World Series. So yeah, let's have some fun now. Maybe they win 90, 92 games or whatever it is. But I'm not really going to be thinking about the Mets until we actually get to the postseason.
On the Skeens side of the equation, because me and you haven't really had a ton of time to talk awards or bounce ideas off each other, but I mean, Skeens should be the favorite. Nobody was arguing that he was the favorite coming into it. But if he was going to be vulnerable, and maybe like he showed a little bit today, like, is there anybody, because I have a name, but is there anybody you have circled that you're like thinking about jumping in on if this is what if Skeens is going to be more vulnerable than we thought?
There was a guy that I have circled, but I want to put him off to the side right now because I want to talk about the Paul Skeens of it all. Like, I already see at some domestic sports books, he's no longer the favorite. Like everyone out there, it's one of 162. Like, this is opening day.
And the other favorites haven't even pitched yet.
Exactly. Like, we don't know what Christopher Sanchez is going to do. Yoshinobu Yamamoto's later tonight. Like Chris Sale, I mean, can he complete a whole season? I know he won the Cy Young a couple years ago, but do you really trust him? Like Mizorowski, I mean, I guess he's settled in after giving up the leadoff bomb to start things out there at Miller Park. But like, it's so early. If you thought Skeens was the most likely person to win NL Cy Young, there's nothing that has happened today that should take you off of that opinion. Like, unless there's some like underlying injury that we don't know of, like that's not the case. So then like Paul Skeens should still be your NL Cy Young favorite, but that's the Skeens of it all. I think he'll be fine. Although I am kind of like keeping my eye on a lot of these World Baseball Classic guys. Like Logan Webb last night was not good against the Yankees. Judge was wearing the golden sombrero with the 4 strikeouts. Like, I'm just, just something to monitor. We don't know if it's random or if this is something that is like a thing that we should be keeping in mind, but just something to monitor over these next couple of days. But the guy that I want to bet in the NL Cy Young, and I think it's fun just because I want to root for it to happen. Like, I'm not sure how many innings we're going to get out of him, but I'm telling you, if Ohtani gives us a full season, like Shohei Ohtani, like if he gives us a full season, this is the best player in baseball, the best player of his generation. We might be saying 60, 70 years from now, he's the best player to ever play the sport. Like, why can't that guy go out there and win the Cy Young? And he wants it.
Yeah.
Like reading all the quotes from Dave Roberts and coming out of spring training and saying like, if Ohtani can go the distance, like he's going to be an NL Cy Young consideration. Like, this is the guy who, when he was undergoing Tommy John surgery and rehabbing, and it was like, all right, he's going to be solely a DH. He's like, yeah, I'm going to just go 50-50. I'm going to just start stealing bases a bunch because I know everyone's saying he's
the year that we all thought that we wouldn't have to worry about him for MVP, mind you.
Yes. And then here's 50-50. Like this guy wants it, and I'm buying into it 100%. I think he's actually going to win the Cy Young. Like, I believe his stuff is that nasty. I know we saw him earlier this week against the Angels, whatever, but still, he looked filthy. Like the postseason performance that we got last October, where it's the 10 strikeouts and the home runs, like the guy's ridiculous. And the fact that he's also doing it at the plate, I think adds to the lore, adds to the aura, and I could see the writers getting sucked into it. And also, just how cool would it be if Ohtani won MVP and NL Cy Young? And at the price, like that 30 to 1-ish range, I'm definitely intrigued with betting on the player who I think is probably the best of his generation by a country mile.
And it's a price play. Like, I get it. I'd be lying if I said I didn't think about it. Because when I was doing everything, I was going through it last week. And I hovered. I was staring.
Yeah.
Because you're right. Like, I mean, we talk about it all the time. Like, he's capable of it. It's just a matter of if they'll let it eat.
How many innings does he need? Like, if he does he need like 170? Is that what we're talking about here? Like,
my initial thought was 150. I don't even know if it's 170.
I mean, if it's 150, like I feel like that ticket is very low. And like, who knows what this like that they're going to do this like 6-man rotation apparently for the Dodgers. Like, that obviously that'll cut back on the amount of opportunities that he gets. But when he's on the mound, I mean, he's as nasty as it gets in the big leagues. So if it's 150, I think we're dancing with something here. So Ohtani is the guy that I have circled in the NL Cy Young because unfortunately he's nuked the NL MVP.
I don't think you're wrong. I mean, he's minus 140 for the MVP.
Yeah,
like, sure. What the hell? I mean, I'm the idiot that has Logan Webb at 18 to 1. So what the hell do I know? I don't like that was really fun yesterday. Awesome, great thing. So fun. Femi, like I said, me and you haven't had a ton of time to bounce awards off each other, but you mentioned Aaron Judge. AL MVP going to be open? My thought was with AL MVP was, are they really going to give it to him a third time for just hitting 60 home runs? Because we kind of saw the voter fatigue a little bit last year. And granted, some of that was when he missed 2 weeks for injury. But are they really going to give it to him just for 60 home runs again? I kind of think no. I bet Roman Anthony at 20 to 1. I think Julio is always worth watching as well at 17 to 1, which was out there as of yesterday. Where are you at with Aaron Judge and the MVP of it all?
So Judge, it's interesting because they had such an easy excuse to not give it to him last year, and they still did. So like that's where I almost wonder if these baseball voters are just like, I don't know, maybe they're not victims of the voter fatigue or what, if you will, because like there was a 60 home run catcher right there on a division winning team. And at the end of the day, they were just like, no, it's still Aaron Judge. And all the numbers that they usually rely on said that it should be Aaron Judge, but like the excuse was right there. You could have easily pivoted to Cal Raleigh and what that story was out there in Seattle with the Mariners winning the division for the first time in forever, and they still gave it to Aaron Judge, even though he wasn't even as good as he was back in 2024. So that's the part where I struggle a little bit. But let's say that, Judge, maybe he misses a handful of games, probably needs to miss more than that. A guy that I'm looking at in that very division, not on the Red Sox, but on the Orioles, one of our favorites, Gunnar Henderson. Can this be the revival for Gunnar Henderson? Like, this is a player who was on that trajectory of being like, okay, like top 5 player in the American League.
Finished top 5 in MVP voting a couple years ago.
Exactly. Yeah. 2 years ago, he was right there. Like, I had a bunch of Aaron Judge tickets. I'm sweating out every Orioles game, being like, Gunnar, strike out, please. And like, he was amazing. Now, Judge, of course, outpaced him because he's like a legendary hitter as well. But Gunnar Henderson that season put together an MVP caliber year. Last year, I think there was injuries. It was just a down year for that entire lineup, and it was a horrendous year for the Baltimore Orioles. But, a lot of smart baseball folks. I'm curious to see how you feel about the team this year as their season is now underway, taking on the Minnesota Twins and my buddy Royce Lewis. Like, I think it's going to be a bounce back year for the Baltimore Orioles to where they're in the wild card race, so they're pushing the Yankees to win the AL East, and Gunnar Henderson is the tip of the spear. And if he goes back to what he was like in 2024, I think he's a better player than Julio Rodriguez. And like Julio's 12-1, Gunnar's about 18-1. I'd rather bet Gunnar Henderson in that market. So that's the guy that I have circled saying, hey, let's see early on. If he looks like what he looked like in 2024, it's fire away. And let's go ahead and take on Aaron Judge.
I will say, as somebody that's sitting on Gunnar 40 home runs at 17-1 I think I'm.
You got to get a little MVP too. You got to get a little MVP. If you like that, you got to get a little MVP.
Exactly. I mean, the two things are definitely synced for sure. I feel like because so many of these markets, because we have Skubal, we have Skeens, we have Judge and Ohtani. It's like who's vulnerable? Are any of them actually vulnerable? It kind of sucks. And now we're sitting here, rookie of the year. You had asked me yesterday on VSiN about my rookie of the year. You and I love rookie of the year, except for 2024, which we don't have to talk about. But I have Carson Bench. He had a home run today for the Mets. Who are you? Did you bet anybody yet for rookie of the year, or are you just monitoring right now?
I am in the monitoring class because like you are deep into those college baseball streets and in those prospect streets. I am not in those prospect streets. So I like to at least like take like the first 30 to 45 games, because the tricky part with rookie of the year, guys are up right now, but more guys are coming. Guys are going to get called up in May, in June, some guys even in July if they're really that special and can go on a tear over the second half of the regular season. So I use this time to sort of monitor and like, okay, like I have a list of guys just because I see all the websites like, hey, like, who are the top prospects in baseball? All right, let me compile that list and put this on the monitor list of guys that I need to pay attention to every night when I'm poring over the box scores. So from a betting standpoint, I don't have anyone out there. There's names that I'm familiar with, like Travis Bazzana out at Oregon State. And now he's in the big leagues. Like Colt Emerson for the Mariners. Like, let's see how that works out there at shortstop. But like, I want to see what it looks like, because sometimes with AL Rookie of the Year and NL Rookie of the Year, you're kind of chasing a little bit, trying to get a little early, and there's a guy that maybe surprises you, and then all of a sudden comes from somewhere else, and it's like, whoa, where did this 4 or 5 win player come from? Yep. So let's sit back and monitor. Let's see where it's at. But you obviously are a lot more bullish on the Rookie of the Year market since you live in those streets.
I do live in those streets. Carson Bench is right now. I have no idea what's going to happen in the AL. I do kind of think Kevin McGonigal might just Corbin Carroll this thing and go wire to wire, but that's something to monitor.
When do you think Connor Griffin's coming up? Because like that's the guy in the NL that everyone's like really excited about for the Pirates. Like he's part of this
Pirates performance buzz tomorrow. It should be tomorrow. He should have been on the roster today. I don't know. Like they're playing the game, whatever. I think it's very silly. I think it'll be sooner rather than later, but that's why I liked Bench for the Mets, because I think Griffin's your second favorite still. Nolan McLean was your favorite as of yesterday, a pitcher. I think it gives you opportunities to bet in the NL Rookie of the Year market, just because you have pitcher, guy that's not up, pitcher, guy that's not up. I just think you don't know how to price it, because there's so many unknowns in this market. But Benj was the one who I felt good about. He hit a home run today, not to pat myself on the back, far be it from thinking about myself. But I also have Pirates 12-1 to win the NL Central though. So what the hell do I know?
Hey, 1 of 162.
That's what I'm trying to tell myself. 1 of 162. We got a lot of time. Femi, I appreciate you. Anything else that you're hot on real fast before we let you go?
AL Cy Young is one that I'm sort of monitoring right now, because the reports out of spring training, everyone has been raving about it. The velocity has been up there. Luis Castillo has drifted out to around like 100-1 in AL Cy Young. Like, if you want like a fun long shot ticket, of course, the Mariners rotation is stellar. They're going to be playing in a lot of big games because they're a team that is expected to do big things out there in the AL West. This is someone in Castillo who was like, 20-1 a couple of years ago before the season started. Now he's around 100-1. So that's a guy that I usually don't bet Cy Young this early in the season, but at 100-1, I'd take a small piece there on Luis Castillo to try to take on the guys like Skubal and Crochet. Because if you ask me who I think is going to win, I'm guessing Crochet, just given the fact that Skubal's done it back-to-back years. But if things don't go well for Crochet, if the school bowl, there's a little bit of voter fatigue, I think Luis Castillo could all of a sudden reemerge as the guy on that Mariners rotation that's absolutely loaded.
Triple digits from Femi Abebefe for AL Cy Young. This is what we bring you on for. This is what we do. Last thing, your Mariners. Give us a temperature check. Where are we at? What a start.
I mean,
what a start.
After how last October ended with Game 7 in the ALCS, I cannot say the season starts in October because the Mariners, as a fan growing up, there's not many Octobers on the resume. So we have to enjoy the good times while we have them. I'm bullish on the team. I know the Cal Raleigh, Randy Arozarena World Baseball Classic thing was a little bit weird. Sounds like we've sort of patched that up. Everyone's all good. The clubhouse, there's not going to be any sort of schism or rift that's happening in the clubhouse. So I'm bullish on them. I think they should be, once again, amongst those favorites in the American League. I like them to win the AL West again. The rotation, if these guys can get back to what they were like a couple years ago, because that was a sneaky thing about the Mariners last year, is that the pitching staff really wasn't as dominant as it was in years past. You pair up the 2023, 2024 version of the pitching staff with what we saw last year with the lineup, now a full season with Josh Naylor and the crew. This is a really, really dangerous team. So high expectations. The Mariners, of course, have famously never let me down in my life. So we'll see how it unfolds.
They would never do that.
They would never do such things.
That's never happened.
I was not cussing at my TV in October when Dan Wilson decided to go out there and say, yeah, we're going to yank Munoz. Cool. All right. Now we're not going to the World Series. How fun is this? But no, I'm excited for this team. I think they should win the division again, and let's see where the chips fall come October.
Anything you want to give us for Sweet 16?
Oh, I like your squad, man. Let's go Illini. Apparently, the whole betting market
likes them. I'm terrified.
It's down to 2.5. The whole betting market likes the Illini. I've heard a couple cases for Houston, so I can't say that everyone has said Illinois, but I just think that Houston, with the scoring droughts, it's going to be a little bit problematic. So I like the Illini to get that one done. I also like. It's like this is a coin flip game, literally and figuratively, but give me Iowa. I do like Iowa. I'm going to ride the train. I bet Iowa plus the points. Also had a little bit of money line Sunday night against Florida. So that was a hell of a ride, hell of a ticket to get home. So I feel like I'm up in terms of backing the Hawkeyes. So let's put a little bit more on that for them to get by Nebraska and punch their ticket to the Elite Eight, which seems absurd when thinking about that when the bracket came out on Selection Sunday. So Iowa. I also like Illinois. And I'll give you one more as well. How about the over in Texas and Purdue? Because as good as this Texas run has been, going from the first 4 to the Sweet 16, they don't really defend. And I think Purdue is going to be able to name their number offensively. And also, I don't trust Purdue's defense to stop Texas as well, Texas's size. So over 147 between Texas and Purdue. So that's what I like tonight in the Sweet 16. What a day. Opening day, college basketball later on. I will be thinking about you later this evening.
Slander baseball a lot for their scheduling. I should everything have been yesterday? Yes. I don't hate that there's a lot of day games going into the Sweet 16. Yeah. And for me to just tear my hair out watching the Illini tonight. Can't wait to see how that game goes. Femi, you're the best. I love talking to you. We'll do it again at Femi Abebefe on Twitter. The cut looks great. You look fresh.
Thank you.
Go have a couple Mickeys in the pool. Get ready for the games. I appreciate you, my man. We'll talk soon.
Hey, it's almost Mickey season, man. It's like 90 in Vegas already. So
we're rolling. I appreciate you, big dog. We'll talk to you soon. Yep. Oh, Femi Abebefe, what an absolute treat at all times.